My job takes me to farms and ranches all across America, but this time I'm on a bit of a ranching vacation. Hi, I'm Paul Ryan, and welcome to America's Heartland, and welcome to the vast Zapata Ranch located here in south central Colorado. More than 100,000 acres of horses, cattle, and bison, and intensive conservation efforts to preserve it. And you can come and experience it all. And we'll have a lot more from here a bit later. We're back now at Colorado's Zapata Ranch, and I'm with the Guest Services Manager, Regan Fletcher. And Regan, thanks for joining us. And I guess it begs the obvious, since we're on a horse, Guest Services must include a lot of horseback riding here.
Yes, yeah. That's mainly what people come here to do. They want to experience the ranch and horseback.
And you have 103,000 acres to be experienced.
That's right.
What all do you have here?
We have, as far as livestock, we've got horses, of course, and bison and cattle.
You have bison. How many head of bison? What do we have?
About 2,000 head.
What they're here also to experience is the history of the place.
The history dates back to the early 1500s when it was occupied by Spain. Mm-hmm. And then through the time it's changed hands several times, Mexico and then into the United States, and through several different ranching families.
And then it became Nature Conservancy land, which it is now.
Yes.
And that was in 1999. And Regan, what is Nature Conservancy?
Nature Conservancy is a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to preserving land, plants, animals. Part of our grazing practices are to enhance the ecosystem that's here. It also houses a conservation herd of buffalo, and that's one of the main focuses.
Well, you have an extraordinary place here. I mean, you have all the history and the backdrop, 14,000-foot mountains. You can't beat it, the wide open spaces. It's a beautiful spot. Well, while most cattle ranches are pretty much off limits to the public, the Zapata Ranch here in Colorado is a unique opportunity for you to experience what a working cattle and bison ranch is really like from the inside and not just from the sidelines. Your first impression of the Zapata Ranch is of a dreamscape, some ethereal place not of this planet. Yet the next images you're faced with are iconically Western. And soon, with all the training of horses and managing of livestock, it becomes clear this is the real deal.
It's land, it's cattle, it's horses, it's being able to look at the mountains and really appreciate them, and the grass and everything else.
However, there is one thing to keep in mind. You're not a dude ranch. What are you?
That's right. It's a working guest ranch. That's a big part of what we'd like to see is guests that are interested in doing the ranch work, coming out and doing the real thing.
Okay, let's go. Come on. We're going this way. All right. Which means you get to earn your keep whether you want to or not. But this place is about more than a vacation spot. It also shows how ranchers care for the land. Here, the Nature Conservancy is an important partner.
We're stewards of the land. Now, it doesn't matter if it's a cow, an elk, a bison, a goat, whatever it is, you need to look at it within the standpoint of your ecosystem, and that's where the Nature Conservancy looks at things.
Part of the process here is careful rotation of grazing and pasturing, promoting natural grasses to eradicate noxious weeds.
Instead of viewing the land as a resource, we want to work with the land. With the animals that we have here, we've got the 2,000 head of bison, we've got 1,000 head of cattle, and we try and work with the land so that it perpetuates the land rather than it being used up as a resource.
Controlling the size of the herd is part of healthy land management, which means periodic harvesting is another part of the cycle, providing a truly local source of grass-fed beef and bison.
Our goal here in the kitchen, in the food program, is to use items that are locally grown. We want to find things that are organic and brokered with local farmers, other local ranchers, and use sustainable foods.
So you'll spend your day working and ranching, being nurtured by the good company, great food, and good times.
We have a motto here that we became acquainted with very, very quickly, and that was, you can come as a guest, but when you leave your family. And we really try and make everyone feel that way.
And when you leave, the only thing left behind may be the imprint of your boots. But you will take away memories that may forever alter the impact of your final footprint.
You have to look at things from the broad perspective, the big picture of what type of impact that we as a company or we as individuals will have after we've lived our lives. What have we left behind us?
Well, after a hard day of riding the range here on the Zapata Ranch, you're invited to come back and enjoy a hot tub. I think, though, I'll spare you that. This is how I prefer to brush off the trail dust after a hard day on the range, with a little glass of wine. I'm Paul Ryan. Thanks for joining us around the campfire, and we want to see you next time right here in America's Heartland.